This week I had our staff listen to a message from a pastor named H.B. Charles on perseverance in ministry and what it means to be successful in the long run. He preached out of 1 Corinthians chapter 9, specifically verses 24 through 27, which say this: "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain it. Every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. So I do not run aimlessly. I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified." And the passage speaks to the need for Christians not only to discipline themselves in all things, but to maintain an eternal perspective for what it is that they are living for and running towards. And his H.B. Charles' main point in this message was that our perspective changes everything. And he opened with an illustration that I just found really helpful. So I'm going to steal it from him and give it to you just as an encouragement this morning. He said there's a pastor who was called to a church, and it was very clear early on that it was not going to be a good fit and that his tenure was going to be very short there. And before they could essentially fire him, he resigned. And some of the people from the church who had loved him after his resignation were walking him to his car, and they asked him, "Pastor, what are you going to do? You resigned without any, backup job in place. You're not from around here. You don't know anyone here. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go?" And he said, "I'm going to heaven." And they said, "Okay, yes, we understand. I mean, you're a Christian. At the end of this life, we know that you are going to go to heaven. That's true, but we're asking you about right now. Where are you going to go right now? How are you going to provide for yourself and your family right now?" And he repeated, "I am going to heaven." And they just were confused by this. And he said, what you don't understand is that eternal reality makes this temporary hardship bearable. And that is exactly what we need to hear this morning. It's what I need to hear this morning. I don't know about you. That our eternal reality, that we are children of the King of the universe, that he has promised to provide for us, that we are forever going to be with him, makes our temporary discomfort, our temporary uncertainty, doesn't make it go away, but it puts it into context and makes it manageable. When Romans tells us to set our minds on the things that are above, I think it has this in mind. So persevere, run with endurance through this trial, keep your eyes on the prize, remind yourself again and again of what is objectively true and where you're going. I love you. We'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern as we look at the question, has science disproved religion? So if you've ever wondered about the relationship between science and religion, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, you can find it at cbcsalem.net. It's for you. I love you. We'll talk to you soon.